Declaration of Independence, it inspired the Constitution of the United States of America. And even though there are some people who believe that the Constitution is outdated, there are some people who want to ignore the Constitution. There are some people who would like to shred the Constitution. But I got a message from all of those misguided folk. Passionate patriots and Tea Party folk, we don't need to rewrite the Constitution. We need to reread the Constitution and enforce the Constitution of the United States of America. The Founding Fathers, they got it right. We're not going to let them mess it up. You know, it is very special to be here in Philadelphia on Independence Day, because it reminded me of that spirit of America that must have inspired the Founding Fathers in order to be able to envision this great nation. That spirit of America. You see, when they decided that they were going to fight old King George, when they decided that they'd had enough, they didn't have a poll that said that that was an overwhelming majority ready to fight. But you know what? When you are right, you don't need an overwhelming majority. You just need enough passionate patriots to do what needs to be done, and that's what we are doing about this country. Passionate patriots. The second message I want to leave with you today is that this nation, despite its problems, despite the challenges we face, we are a nation that has shown throughout the 235 years that we've been around that we are resilient. We had resilience. And it was that same spirit of America that founded this nation that got us through the Civil War. It's that same spirit of America that got us through World War I. That spirit of America that the founders had got us through the Great Depression and World War II. That spirit of America got us through Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War. And it's that same spirit of America that has caused Tea Party and citizens, patriots all over this country to stand up, step up, and speak up, and they are saying we are going to take our nation back. So number one, the Founding Fathers got it right. And number two, that same spirit of America inspires our resiliency. And it has throughout the ages and out the decades of this great nation. And then the third thing that I want to share with you, just like the Founding Fathers got it right, we must be the defending fathers. We must defend this nation against those that would change the greatest country in the world. We must defend this nation against those who want to tear up the Constitution. We must defend this nation against those who want to destroy the free market system. We must defend this nation against those who would like to see this nation spent into oblivion. We are the defending fathers of the greatest country in the world. Here's why there are some who want to tear up the Declaration of Independence. Here's why some folk want to tear up the Constitution. They want to make the rules up as they go. And the other reason that they want to tear up the Declaration of Independence, which inspired the Constitution, is because they are afraid that you and I and others might get to those ideals, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and we just might keep reading the next paragraph, where it says, when any form of government becomes destructive of those ideals, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. We've got some altering and some abolishing to do. Alter and abolish. Let me tell you what we are going to do in 2012. Just like you, groups all over this nation, we're going to alter the control of the United States Senate in 2012. We're going to alter in 2012 the occupant of the White House. Yeah. One of the questions that I get asked most often, why are you running for president? Well, this is America, right? And that's one of the great things about this country. But then I also explain to them some of the reasons that I'm running for president. First of all, I happen to believe that the American people deserved and needed another option. No disrespect to all of the candidates that are trying to get the Republican nomination. And unlike some people in the media, I happen to believe that it's a very strong field. But it's a strong field of candidates. And I am proud to be running against those that are seeking the Republican nomination. But one of the other reasons that I decided to run was because I wanted to give the American people another option. It's called a problem solver and not another politician. I'm the problem solver in this race. You needed to have another option. Here's another reason that I'm running for president. The last time I checked, I haven't seen a lot of stuff in Washington, D.C. get fixed. They messed up the national debt. They messed up the debt ceiling. They messed up health care. They're trying to mess up cap and trade and tax and kill. And we need more people who have had political experience. How about a problem solver who knows how to identify the right problem, surround himself with the right people, and put together the right plans for the American people? How about that option? And then here's one of the other big reasons that I am running. I don't like being dependent upon people who don't like us for a large portion of our oil and our energy. I don't like being vulnerable to other folk like that. So one of the things that I have already started work on developing is an energy vision, which means energy security and energy independence from people who do not like us. We have the resources to be energy independent, and we're going to develop that plan. When President Obama went to Brazil a couple of months ago, loaned them $2 billion, and then announced to the Brazilians that America is going to be Brazil's best customer. share with you what the Cain doctrine is going to be relative to energy. America will become its own best customer. Drill here. Drill now. We can be our own best customer. And that's one thing that you can count on with the Herman Cain presidency. Folks, energy is only one of the crises we face. But the problem-solving skills that I have developed throughout over 40 years of business, I believe are applicable to addressing not only the energy crisis, but the economic crisis, the immigration crisis, the entitlement spending crisis, the foggy foreign policy crisis that we now have, but most of all, the severe deficiency of leadership crisis that we have in the White House. And unlike some others, when I become your president, I will not be a president of the politicians. I will not be a president of Congress. I will not be a president going to Washington, D.C. to maintain the status quo. To paraphrase Abraham Lincoln, I will be a president of the people, by the people, and for the people. I will be a people's president. And then lastly, when people say, why are you running? What's in it for you? I remind them it's not about us. It's about the grandkids. It's not about us. Just like you, I could have been sitting on my patio eating baby back ribs and chilling out today also. But the future of this country is at stake. That's why I wanted to be here, to share my message with you about what I would do and how I would lead as your president. And this isn't just about liberty, independence. It's also about freedom itself. It's about freedom itself. And it was the late President Ronald Reagan who reminded us that this thing called freedom, born right here in Philadelphia at Independence Hall, this thing called freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We can't pass it on to the kids in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our grandchildren what the United States of America used to be like. I'm not going to have that conversation with my grandchildren, and I don't think you want to have that conversation with your grandchildren. My mother and my father were able to achieve their American dreams. Both of them walked off of a farm at the age of 18 with just the clothes on their backs. But they had the three most important things that they taught me that has allowed me to achieve my American dream. They had their belief in God, their belief in themselves, and their belief in this, the greatest country in the world. And so on this Independence Day, 2011, 235 years young, that spirit of America that started this nation, that spirit of America that has sustained this nation, and that spirit of America that's going to change this nation, I stand here with you today on Independence Mall, and I will declare on behalf of you and all of the passionate patriots from around this great nation on your behalf, to all of the liberals out there that are trying to bring this nation down, to all of the liberals out there who are trying to turn this into the United States of Socialist America, we have a message for you. The United States of America will never be the United States of Europe, not on our watch. Passionate patriots, God bless each and every one of you.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
The only thing better than hearing Herman Cain on YouTube is getting to